Kathy, ready?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the Bel Air Beach October 22nd meeting of the Board of Adjustment. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Kathy, can you please call the roll?
Board Member Carol Connery.
Present.
Board Member David Scardella.
Here.
Board Member Tony Gatliff.
Here.
Board Member Mark Mariano.
Present.
Board Member Gerald Wizawati. Alternate Board Member Matt Dixon. Vice Chair Jane Mason Goldman.
Here.
Chair Mike Kelly.
Here.
City Manager Kyle Riefler.
Here. Thank you. The first item on our agenda is the approval of the July 24th, 2025 Board of Adjustment meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve. If there's any changes, please let me know. So moved. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jane. Any changes, corrections? If not, all in favor of accepting the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Ladies and gentlemen, anybody that's going to be speaking tonight, we ask that you stand and be sworn in by our city clerk. Anybody in the audience, if you think you might make a comment, go ahead and get sworn in now.
You hereby swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Thank you.
I do. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and read briefly the rules and procedures that this Board of Adjustment follows. As chairperson, I will read the variance request, after which our city manager will make a staff report. At that point, the applicant is welcome to come up and make any statement, giving us any information that is pertinent to this case, and then the board and the applicant will have an open discussion. At that point, it's our due responsibility to go ahead and go through 6 criteria items that we vote on one at a time. It takes several minutes, but it's imperative that the applicant get a yes vote on all 6 of this criteria. Otherwise, the variance will be denied on any of the 6. If any are denied individually, the entire variance is denied. There will be a motion and a second, and at that point there'll be a roll call vote on that particular variance. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and explain the consideration of variance request number 25-05 at 2187 Louisa Drive, Bel Air Beach. The purpose of this particular variance is to allow a variance of 5 feet and 5 inches encroaching into the minimum required setback of 25 feet in the rear of the property. Kyle, if you'll do me the honor of making the staff report, we'd appreciate it.
Kyle Riefler, City of Bel Air Beach, City Manager. So yes, we have 2 variances, and we have an aerial. Zoom in on. Okay. So the first variant deals with the water setback, which for this lot, which is Bel Air Estate Island Lot 18, the water rear setback is 25 feet, measured from the inside edge of the seawall. And where the 25-foot setback, the current footprint of the existing building encroaches that 25-foot setback, and the measurement by Gemini came out to be it encroaches by 5 feet 5 inches. So the variance needed, the variance request would be 5 feet 5 inches encroachment into the 25-foot setback. And just to be clear, the current footprint of the house, existing structure, measures out from the inside edge of the seawall 19 feet 7 inches to where the existing footprint of the structure is. If you look at the building plans, our engineer or site plan reviewer at Gemini drew in some lines to show where that 25 feet would intersect with the existing structure. If you look at where my mouse is, it's the northeast side of the structure that is encroaching the setback on the existing.
Now, can you start at that corner that you just mentioned, over the northeast corner, and read those red dimensions as you come south?
So, it's hard to see, but the existing structure line is about right here. And the 25-foot line is back here. So it's this piece that is encroaching the 5 feet 5 inches. And then the other remaining part of the structure is outside of that setback. It might be helpful if I just pull up a regular aerial.
Kyle, the existing structure is going to be removed, right? We're talking about a new home being built?
So this is, technically it's an elevation project, so they're going to keep some of the block walls, and then add block is proposed in the plans.
Are you saying that the present structure is already less than 25 feet?
Yeah, so the present structure, here it is on an aerial. It's this piece that is encroaching the setback.
So are they raising the existing home or just trying to build on the same footprint?
So they're going to knock down all but useful walls of the existing home and then use that existing block to build up over garage storage space. Elevated.
Does the foundation stay?
Yes, most of the foundation will stay and they'll add to it. And then, go back to the drawing here. So that's the rear setback. And then the other variance request is for the side setback. Back to the report. The side setback is 10 feet for that lot, and the current structure measures from the property line 9 feet 5 inches. So it's under a foot, but it encroaches 7 inches. So the variance requested is needed is 7 inches.
So that encroachment on the side has to do with the new structure footprint, not the...
No, that is also the existing, from what I understand. There's a small encroachment, which could have just been a small error.
Okay, the last couple variances that we've had, as you know, were similar in nature, that they're both being elevated, and then there were existing encroachments. Those were front setbacks, I believe.
Yeah, we had one.
And this one obviously is a rear setback encroachment, the request for the variance. From the standpoint of the building department of Pinellas County and your review here, does that encroachment, the existing encroachment into the 25 foot, when the structure is removed, is that required to go back to the 25 foot, that portion?
So, I don't know when, it seems like there was an addition added from the original structure. It never should have encroached. From what we can tell, there's no variance that was granted or permit to encroach the setback. So from what we can tell, it's non-conforming.
Okay,
So, yeah.
that's the key I want the board to know.
My guess is that exceeding the 50% improvement rule brings them in the need to comply fully with existing code, even though they're keeping this piece. So that's why they need to ask for the variance. That is probably why it's being generated. Good, bad, right, or wrong. Probably.
Yeah, so the elevation project will require everything to be built to code.
Okay.
It will exceed 50%.
Okay, that's paramount.
So can I ask a question? The current home is one story that's encroaching by 5.5 feet. The new structure would be, all 3 stories would be encroaching by 5.5, 3 stories high?
From what I can tell, I'll let the other owners speak to that, but I'll try to get a picture of the plan.
It looks like that from the renderings, it's gonna be.
You want a page
There's
number?
one site plan to share, this one.
You want me to give you a page number, sheet number?
I'm on 20.
AD 101.
Yeah, AD 101 has the footprint. If the members of the board will look at that sheet, we'll start there.
Okay, so this is-
AD 101 on the bottom right.
The top of the screen is the rear of the structure. So the existing would be this, and then on this diagram, the lighter is the proposed new. Wait, no.
Front's down at the bottom.
Yeah, that is proposed new, the dotted. Looks like.
And it does carry through to the upper floors. So that notch out carries all the way through to the upper floors. And then it looks like on the opposite side, there's a staircase and a balcony up top. Not a part of the structure, I'm just pointing that out. So yeah, it does carry through to the upper floor 2 and 3.
Okay.
Oh, okay, here's a better image.
What page you on now? Or is it the same sheet?
The following page, which is, or the next, I think 2 pages back, A111.
AD 111.
Okay, this shows, yeah, so the rear of the house, there's a couple columns it looks like, and then, yeah, the upper stories, there'll be some overhang into this.
So from that sheet, and I don't know if the applicant needs to answer this, but from that sheet that you just showed, is the entire house going to be raised in that 5.5 inches, proposed to be in that 5.5 inches, all the way across the back?
It looks to be, from what I can tell in the plans, but like the contractor to confirm.
Okay, because that one sheet you're just showing us doesn't have that, that's just the encroachment.
It's probably a better picture. But yeah, from what I can tell, yes, it would extend into, evenly into the setback. Here's the profile. Maybe, Lauren, can you come up, because you know the plan a lot better.
Yes.
But yeah, this is the whole package.
And would you introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. Hi, my name is Lauren Connors. I'm the owner of Heyman Construction Group. I'm the contractor on this property. I also have an additional vested interest in it because my husband is part owner in this project as well. What we are looking to do is grandfather in the current setbacks that are there. We are keeping the entire foundation of the property. We actually are putting additional support on the bottom of it, but we do want to keep the entire foundation of the property. When we're talking about whether or not the rest of the home comes out to meet that level, on the 2nd and 3rd floor, we do have balcony that meets that same setback level of straight across. But not going past that original level of the home. But we do that jut out on the back of the home. I can go to this one. So we are keeping the exterior walls of this home and the foundation, and this back wall of the home that's currently here. There will be, we're proposing to put a pillar that's right in line with it here, and another column that's right in line with it here, and make this balcony space above that. So it does become part of the structure moving out forward, but exterior space rather than interior space, but all being in line to square off the building.
So just to clarify, The red walls are remaining?
The red walls are remaining, yes, sir. And then the dotted blue line that you see here, that is a new foundational wall. However, where here is, I do imagine this red line is going to be carried all the way across here because it's all at the same point. It's just right now, it's sliding glass doors, so we're just blocking it in. It's not necessarily a new area. And then here we're squaring off where there's a bay window. That's just a little odd shaped, and so we're just looking to square off the back of the house, but be able to keep the same footprint on all the exterior sides of it, including the back side.
The corner that's going to match up to the farthest
Here.
wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not showing any foundation corner that's going to be there.
I
At this
do
point.
have, here we go, on this sheet here.
So it does encroach 5.5 feet all the way across the property?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that wasn't clear, thank you.
Now, I'll get back to my original question. The non-conforming issue will be answered relative to the approval of the construction. Subject to our variance approval or denial, that non-conforming issue becomes your concern, not our concern.
So without a variance, it will not be conforming, without a variance, the new structure or whole.
Okay. Madam, do you have any other questions?
Yes,
The floor
I-
is yours. You're the applicant.
Well, thank you. There are just a couple other points that I want to make. Kyle was kind enough to give us a letter saying it's passed through Bel Air Beach permitting pending the variance. And Pinellas County did review everything and they passed everything as well pending the variance. I also just want to say that one of the big reasons why we wanted to be able to keep the foundation of this home and build on top of it, obviously we want to be able to make sure no future owners have any flood damage to worry about, but we are trying to avoid having to drill and pound pilings into the ground, whereas if we knock this structure down, that is something we have to do. I get more than 1, 2, 3 calls a year from neighbors of new builds that say, hey, my ceiling crashed down, hey, I have cracks in my walls from piles being driven into the ground from new builds, and we would really like to be able to avoid that. And so getting this variance helps us also to be able to keep the structure that's there, not have to worry about that as well, which is, I'm a member of this community as well. I live in Bel Air Beach. I certainly would love it if somebody could not drive piles next to my home as well, and so I'm sensitive to that as well. So that's just another point that I would love everybody to be able to consider as well.
At this stage, do you think you're going to live in the home?
I wish that I had the means to be able to live in this home one day. However, one of the this home is in a land trust because a couple of the investors that are, 2 of the 3 investors, one is my husband that's in the home, 2 of them are local physicians in the area, and it's just for anonymity purposes that the home is in a land trust. However, if I were a betting woman, I'd say about 60% chance that one of those local physicians would be wanting to move into this home instead of sell the home. But we did go into this project as a spec home. But I just would not be very surprised if one of our investors actually moved into it.
Okay. Any additional questions, board?
No, thank you.
Are we hearing all of the variance requests separately, or are we hearing them all at once?
There's only 2. There's no garage floor.
Oh, okay, that's where I was, okay, so
Right,
they're not
so we're going to do
reconciled.
them separately, because one's a rear setback, one's a side setback. And if I understand it correctly, Madam Contractor and Kyle, these walls already encroach, even on the side.
Yes, sir.
So you're
It's this funny bump out that you see on the
on
side.
the south side,
That this is existing,
right?
and we are just going right on top of what's there.
But you want to extend it out to the other corner.
No, sir. This bump out that's right here This is for the side variance, and this is existing, and we're just going right on top of it.
Okay, I was talking about the 5 foot.
Yes, sir, the 5 foot, so there are 2 columns on the ground floor that go into that 5 foot, and then there's balcony above that will go into that 5 foot, but just right in line with that existing wall.
Any other questions?
Kyle, are there any letters or correspondence with any of the neighbors?
There's neighbors here.
Right here.
Not that I know of. There may be some in
Okay. Is there anybody else that would like to speak? I'm not asking you to leave, but is there anybody else behind you that would care to make a comment?
Neighbors?
Sure.
Okay, I didn't know.
If
you
it's
meant
morning, you're
one.
welcome to come up.
Okay.
Can you give us your name and address?
My name's Tracy Capers, and I'm 2193 Louisa Drive. So I am directly beside her on the bump out that we are talking about.
Okay.
And as of right now, that bump out actually hurts my view of the water as it is, let alone being 3 stories high. I don't have pictures because I wasn't asked to bring anything in, but I have a picture of my backyard so you can see my view and you can see that bump out. I think it just would help a lot if you can just visualize from my doors and my back to where that is. Can I show that to you?
Sure. Yeah, if you want to. So your house is what story?
So this is you.
Okay. How long have you been living next door?
7 years.
Thank you.
So all in all, I just feel like it could bring down my property value, obviously with less water view. And it's going to be hard to have a tall house beside me as it is, but I understand that's the way things have to be. But I'm just really worried about like the water view in the back for me. So that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Yes, sir. Come up and introduce yourself.
Sure. Paul Martinez. We are in the house on the opposite side. We're the neighbor on the other side, not with the bump. So we had some concerns. Some have been addressed a little bit here. What was shared because we thought it was being purchased by a company or a corporation. We just flipped. It sounds like it might be a flip, maybe not a corporation. So we were a little nervous that it was going to be bulldozed and a big box that we've seen on the other streets will go up and it looked like a corporate office instead of what Bel Air Beach is famous for, which is that upscale, old-fashioned beach town feel. So we were worried we were going to lose that. So that's one of our concerns. The other concern, although I don't know if it's as significant as I thought, was that it sounded like a large expansion. So we were worried about the structural integrity of the land, the adjacent properties there, especially after the hurricanes last year, because we had some ground like sink in certain spots across the area that were filled back in. So that was our other concern. So those are the 2 concerns that we really had that we wanted to make sure you guys considered when you're reviewing these variances.
So are you basically objecting to this? If it was a yes or no?
If we had a vote, we would say, please don't do it, because you have great codes that maintain a great neighborhood, and I would think they could build within the code and we would have to do it. But that's my opinion.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else in the audience would like to speak? Any other questions for the contractor? Okay. At this point, we'll go ahead and go to our criteria section, where the 6 questions that I mentioned earlier will be read and each voted on separately. And again, on the application page that every applicant gets when you apply for a variance in Bel Air Beach, It is written, and it says, if the board determines that any one of your answers to the 6 individual questions listed on the application is insufficient in nature and reason to earn a yes vote by a majority of the members that are present at the meeting, your variance will be denied. We will go through all 6, no matter how the vote goes on any of the ones in advance. So at this point, Vice Chairman Goldman, if you'll take over.
So the variance request, the first one is number 25-05. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, all right, good. 2187 Louisa Drive, Bel Air Beach. First criteria that we have to talk about is, has the applicant demonstrated that special conditions or unique circumstances exist which are peculiar to the land, structure, or building involved, and which are not applicable to other similar structures or buildings in the same zoning district? Yes, means the variance is approved. No, the variance is denied.
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
No.
Mr. Gatliff?
No.
Mr. Mariano?
No.
Ms. Goldman?
No.
Mr. Kelly?
No.
Number 2, has the applicant demonstrated that the variance requested is the minimum variance that will make possible the reasonable use of the land, building, or structure? Yes, the variance is approved. No, the variance is denied.
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
No.
Mr. Gatliff?
No.
Mr. Mariano?
No.
Ms. Goldman?
No.
Mr. Kelly?
No.
Number 3, has the applicant demonstrated that granting the variance requested will not confer on the applicant any special privilege that is denied by this chapter? Yes, the variance is approved. No, the variance is denied.
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
No.
Mr. Gatliff?
No.
Mr. Mariano?
No.
Ms. Goldman?
No.
Mr. Kelly?
No.
Okay, number 4, has the applicant demonstrated that the variance requested does not change the use of the property from the use characteristics mandated for districts 1 and 2 in sections 30-51 and 94-252 and Article 4, Division 3 of this chapter? Yes, the variance is approved. No, the variance is denied.
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
Yes.
Mr. Gatliff?
Yes.
Mr. Mariano?
Yes.
Ms. Goldman?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Number 5, applicant will comply fully with additional conditions and safeguards which the Board of Adjustment may prescribe, including but not limited to reasonable time limits within which the action for which a variance is required shall commence and or be completed. Yes, the variance is approved. No, the variance is denied.
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
No.
Mr. Gatliff?
No.
Mr. Mariano?
No.
Ms. Goldman?
No.
And Mr. Kelly?
No.
And number 6, the applicant has demonstrated that the variance requested does not violate any provision and requirement set forth in Chapter 62 and Chapter 74 of the City Code. Yes, the variance is approved. No, the variance is denied.
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
No.
Mr. Gatliff?
No.
Mr. Mariano?
No.
Ms. Goldman?
No.
And Mr. Kelly?
No. Okay, those being the 6 criteria and more, in that more than one of the individual criteria were denied, I will now entertain on variance number 25-05 a motion to deny or approve. Since those variance criteria were voted no, keep that in mind when we vote.
I move that we deny the variance.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Kathy, the vote itself, if you vote yes, it's for denial, and no would be approval, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If you'll call the roll.
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
No.
Miss-
We're voting for denial. So a yes vote is a denial? That was my question.
Yes.
Okay. We'll start that again.
Oh,
Yes.
so yours is denial, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes to deny.
Mr. Gardella?
Yes to deny also, please.
Mr. Gatliff?
Yes.
Mr. Mariano?
Yes.
Ms. Goldman?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes to deny. 6-0, Kathy?
Yes.
Variance number 2505 has been denied. We will move on to variance 2506 for the side setback. If that's okay with you, ma'am? Yeah. I mean, is what we've just done on this one have any effect on what the next one is?
Yes, because at this point, we will probably just try to renovate the existing structure, so yes, it does.
Okay, so you prefer us to go ahead and vote on it?
Yes, please.
Okay, no problem. We're going to go 2506.
We'll over the same criteria.
Yep.
Okay. Number one, has the applicant demonstrated that special conditions or unique circumstances exist which are peculiar to the land structure or building involved and which are not applicable to other similar structures or buildings in the same zoning district?
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
No.
Mr. Gatliff?
No.
Mr. Mariano?
No.
Ms. Goldman?
No.
And Mr. Kelly?
No.
Okay, number two, applicant has demonstrated that the variance requested is the minimum variance that will make possible the reasonable use of the land, building, or structure. Yes, the variance is approved. No, the variance is denied.
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
No.
Mr. Gatliff?
No.
Mr. Mariano?
No.
Ms. Goldman?
No.
Mr. Kelly?
No.
Number three, applicant has demonstrated that granting the variance requested will not confer on the applicant any special privilege that is denied by this chapter. Yes, the variance is approved. No, the variance is denied.
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
No.
Mr. Gatliff?
No.
Mr. Mariano?
No.
Ms. Goldman?
No.
Mr. Kelly?
No.
Number four, applicant has demonstrated that the variance requested does not change the use of the property from the use characteristics mandated for districts 1 and 2 in sections 30-51 and 94-252 in Article 4, Division 3 of this chapter. Yes, the variance is approved. No, the variance is denied.
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
Yes.
Mr. Gatliff?
Yes.
Mr. Mariano?
Yes.
Ms. Goldman?
Yes.
And Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Number five, applicant will fully comply with additional conditions and safeguards which the Board of Adjustment may prescribe, including but not limited to reasonable time limits within which the action for which a variance is required shall commence and or be completed. Yes, the variance is approved. No, the variance is denied.
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
No.
Mr. Gatliff?
No.
Mr. Mariano?
No.
Ms. Goldman?
No.
And Mr. Kelly?
No.
Number 6, the applicant has demonstrated that the variance requested does not violate any provision and requirements set forth in Chapter 62 and Chapter 74 of the City Code. Yes, the variance is approved. No, the variance is denied.
Ms. Connery?
No.
Mr. Gardella?
No.
Mr. Gatliff?
No.
Mr. Mariano?
No.
Ms. Goldman?
No.
And Mr. Kelly?
Thank you. That being the last of the criteria, and that more than one of the criteria got a no vote, I will entertain a motion to deny on 25-06.
I'll make a motion to deny variance request number 25-06.
Thank you, Mr. Mariano. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Mr. Gardella. Kathy, if you'll call the roll.
Ms. Connery?
For denial, yes.
Mr. Gardella?
Yes.
Mr. Gatliff?
Yes.
Mr. Mariano?
Yes.
Ms. Goldman?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes. 6-0 vote, variance 25-06 is denied. Board, there will not be a third variance that is being handled by staff. So that concludes our variances tonight. Is there any other questions for anybody in the audience? Would anybody like to make a comment?
I am very confused as to why a 7-inch side setback would be denied when there's been quite the precedence of 2.5 and 3 feet being taken from different side setbacks. This is an existing structure. I do not understand why 7 inches would be a unanimous no vote.
The variance you're asking for, correct me if I'm wrong, is for a different structure than if you're just going to renovate the existing house. If you
But-
renovate the existing house,
Then we don't get a side setback of 7 inches regardless of all the different homes that you just did. You guys approved
This
2601.
is for 3 stories going up to 7 inches.
Short of 2601, Bay Shore Drive did that, and you guys granted them 2.5 feet on both sides. I don't understand why 7 inches on one side of a bump out and a few feet wouldn't.
Can I add some color here from a planning perspective?
Absolutely.
Because there is not a lot of justification that you can't fit what you want to do on this property without eliminating those setbacks and building within the code.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other items?
Actually, just for the record,
Go for it.
if the property was irregularly shaped, or there was some hindrance on the property that didn't allow you to conform with code, it might be a different consideration, but you have a pretty square property here, which makes it easy to meet code.
You know, our main criteria is whether or not there's a special condition that your variance has to do with or a unique circumstance. The board felt that in neither case was there a special consideration or unique circumstance, because Mark is correct. The lot is not peculiar. If there was a peculiar issue, then that would be taken into consideration by the board. Any other comments, gentlemen, ladies? Any other questions? Any other items before the board? Colin, do you have anything?
No.
Kathy, we have anything upcoming?
No.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second? We are standing adjourned. Thank you, Mike.